So in this video, we'll see some of common IQ interview questions on a task module. So there are some of the questions where interviewer will ask on a task perspective. That are like aggregation and refresh task questions, like why we need aggregation task or refresh task, and what are the option you need to select when you trigger these tasks. You need to explain that like aggregation task is required to pull the user into IAQ, and refresh is to like it's for internal purpose as well as external as well. Like if you want to refresh any attributes, if you want to reflect any changes in attributes or entitlements or roles or access inside IIQ, you need a refresh. Again, want to trigger any events, you want a refresh task. You want to update any attribute in a target, like synchronize any attribute target, you need a refresh task. And again, aggregation task, it's again application perspective, like for each application we need aggregation task. Again, you might get questions like, do we need aggregation task for application as application account and a group for both? Yes. Again, sometimes no, but most of the times we need to aggregate account and a group as well. And what are the options you select inside aggregation task? Uh, if connector supports delta aggregation and partition need to be enabled, then again, in like perspective to a refresh task, like uh, most of the times organization or architecture is like you'll have a two refresh task, one for attribute and one to trigger the events. So first, once we onboard the users, we need to do attribute refresh without checking the event. Then again process event. Then again one for processing the events. And yeah, for synchronize, managing history, manager update, entitlement roles update. Option need to be select. And again, for aggregation also you need to select some of the option, like promote, manage attributes. And again, the questions will be like whether you need to have rules or not for aggregations. And yeah, these are the frequently asked questions. And what is sequential task? So usually when you schedule task, we need to have a sequential task, one for aggregations, one for refresh. And again, it's environment and organization specific. So you can have one sequential task for active directory applications itself, like group aggregation, account aggregation. And if you have multiple domains, you can have multiple domains sequential task. Again, if you have flat files, you can have separate sequential task for that. And refresh task will have a sequential, again, one for attribute, one for processing events. And this is what a sequential task. So how it triggers, you need to explain, like it will be sequential one after other. So and they will ask like, let's say if it fails, if one task fails, whether it will continue or not. Yes, it will get continue. And those are the things, like everything like most of the times the better option is to enable email notification on failures to the admins. So that's a better option. And yeah, the next question will be when to schedule task, like how scheduling, like how you schedule the task on business hour or non-business hour. Usually a non-business hour, um, we need to schedule the task. And if the task is taking time, how you'll handle and all the questions will be there. Again, what are the tasks you'll schedule? And like again, how you schedule the task. Usually authority application will be the first task in the sequential task. Like first you need to trigger authority application task, then immediately after that better to have identity refresh task. Then again, Active Directory, LDAP, web service, whatever the application you have. After the aggregation, like account and group aggregation, you will have a refresh task. And again, if you have any custom application, custom rules, you can have it. And what is perform maintenance task? Like housekeeper, like why we need perform maintenance task? What is the purpose of having perform maintenance task? The perform maintenance task, like it preempts the task, it preempts the work items or any request in IAQ. It will trigger the background process, certification phase change, and all. So it again, perform maintenance task also can, like you can trigger, like we can have two perform maintenance tasks, one to process background task, one to prune certification change and all. And usually organization will schedule perform maintenance task for every 5 minutes. We will have perform maintenance task, and yeah, as I mentioned, it's required for processing background items. How you debug task failures? Like let's say a task perform maintenance task got stuck. How you debug? So the first step is go to administrative console and check is there any issues. You can go to syslog and check the errors, and go to console and check the errors. Like go to the log files, execute it and check whether you have any errors and all. So if there is any error, you need to take the actions. So most of the times we can't terminate any executing task from the UI. uh, Either you can go to console and delete the task results, or you might need to restart the services. So these are the two options. And again, for task failures, you need to check. Sometimes aggregation fails because of creating the accounts with duplicate values, or partitioning might fail, or connectivity issues and all. You need to check the application connectivity and re-trigger the task. And performance task fails sometimes because of complication with a background task. You need to check those background task objects and all. You might need to delete those objects as well. And the aggregation task fails most of the time because of the connectivity. For, like, let's say delimited file is not placed correctly, or account deletion limit exceeds and all. And yeah, these are the uh, basic or frequently causing issues. And again, less frequently as like rule executor, you will be having task where we execute the rules, how you configure those things. And again, rules inside task, like aggregation task, you will have rules, and how you trigger the task with rules. Like there are some cases where you need to trigger rules. Like let's say if you want to check, if you want to, instead of having a life cycle event, you might need to have a rule to trigger some workflows and all, and modify any bulk objects or bulk users. You might need to have a task with a rule. Pruning, like how you prune, like on there will be a frequency, like how often you remove or delete the task. Usually 60 days, 90 days, or 30 days it will be configured in the global settings. And again, common topics are tasks and its options. Aggregation, refresh, perform maintenance task options. You need to check before going to interviews. Just go through all the options which is checked. And rules, like task based rules and all, you need to have. Scheduling, how you want to schedule, so that it won't affect the performance of the application or the environment. Debugging, like on failure, how you will debug the failures and all. Thank you.